As they were about to join in battle, Kripa, well versed in the rules of single combat, stepped down between them and addressed Karna. So now when the battle was about to start, a person called Kripa, he was well versed in single combat, means he is a person who knows all the rules and rules and tricks about single combat. He'll come and tell Karna, this prince who is ready to fight with thee means you, is the son of Preetha and Pandu. See children, Preetha is the other name of Kunti. Don't get confused with Preetha and Kunti. Kunti has two names, one is Kunti and other one is Preetha. So Kripa is telling Karna, the prince who is ready to fight with you, Arjuna who is ready to fight with you, is not a common man. He is the son of Preetha and Pandu, that is Kunti and Pandu, and is scion of the Kuru race. He is telling that he is also the descendant of the Kuru dynasty. Reveal, O mighty arm, your parentage and the race rendered illustrious by your birth. It is only after knowing your lineage that Partha can fight with you. For highborn princes cannot engage in single combat with unknown adventures. So this Kripa is coming and telling that the one whom you are going to fight with you is not a common man. So it is not very simple and easy now for a highborn, that means a person who comes from a very royal family, to come and fight with somebody so easily. That is what is meant in this paragraph. So in this paragraph it is also told that Kripa wants to come to a statement telling to Karna that why don't you tell about your parents, because Arjuna is not a common man, and if he has to fight with somebody, even they have to be from a high class family, and he cannot go and fight with unknown people. So let's see how it comes. When he heard these words, Karna bent down his head like a lotus under the weight of rainwater. So now Karna is upset. What do you mean by bend down his head like lotus? Lotus means feeling upset. Duryodhana stood up and said, if the combat cannot take place merely because Karna is not a prince, why? That is easily remedied. I crown Karna as the king of Anga. So now Duryodhana got angry because Kripa interfered, and he has to tell about his parents. So Duryodhana will tell, when the combat cannot take place, then there is a solution for this. I will make him the king of Anga. Anga is also place again. He then obtained the assent of Bhishma and Dhritarashtra, performed all the necessary rites, and invested Karna with the sovereignty of the kingdom of Anga, giving him the crown, jewels and other royal insignia. At that moment, as the combat between the youthful heroes seemed about to commence, the old charioteer Adhiratha, who was the foster father of Karna, entered the assembly, staff in hand and quaking with fear. So now, what Duryodhana does? He'll make him the king of Anga. And how does he make? By taking permission of Dhritarashtra, that is the head of the family, the Kauravas, that is Dhritarashtra is the head of Kauravas. So taking permission from him, he will be crowned, all jewelry will be given. And later on, when the battle is about to start, the caretaker, the father, that is the foster father, the one who looked after Karna, enters the field. I remember I told in the beginning of lesson itself that when Kunti will send him in the water, in the Ganga river, this charioteer, Adhiratha will look after Karna. No sooner did he see him than Karna, the newly crowned king of Anga, bowed his head and did humble obeisance in all filial reverence. So the moment that Adhiratha sees Karna, he'll get confused if it is Karna only, because Karna is crowned as a king now. The old man called him son, embraced him with tears of love, his head already moistened by the water of the coronation. So now the Adhiratha will call Karna and hug him, and he starts crying because he has looked after him, right? He's brought him up. So the tears, whatever will shed down from his eyes, are tears of love. And his head is already moistened, that is, his head is become soft with the tears. At this sight, Bhima roared with laughter and said, oh, he is after all only the son of chariot rider, take up the driving whip, then as befits your percentage. You are not worthy of death at the hands of Arjuna, nor should you reign in Anga as a king. So now Bhima is telling, when you are just a son of a normal man, chariot rider, you're not even worth to die in the hands of Arjuna. And moreover, your kingship has to be taken away. At this outrageous speech, Karna's lips trembled with anguish, and he speechlessly looked up at the setting sun with a deep sigh. But Duryodhana broke in indignantly. So what happened when Bhima tells that you are son of chariot rider, Karna becomes speechless. He is not uttering any words. He just stood quietly. And even Duryodhana is broken. And Duryodhana also tells, he says these words, "It is unworthy of you, O Vrikodara." See, Bhima is called as Vrikodara because Vrikodara is a person who has fox belly, who has a stomach looking like fox stomach. Okay? To speak thus, valor is the hallmark of Kshatriya. This means having courage on face instead of being fearful is also called as valor. Nor is there much sense in tracing greater heroes and mighty rivers to their sources. I could give you hundreds of instances of great men of humble birth, and I know awkward questions might be asked for your origin, of your own origin. Look at this warrior, his godlike form and bearing, his armor and earrings, and his skill with weapons. Surely there is some mystery about him. For how could a tiger be born of an antelope, unworthy of being king of Anga? Do you say? I verily hold him worthy to rule the whole world. So now Duryodhana is trying to explain Bhima that it is not right to tell that this person comes from so and so family, because there are so many great persons who have come from normal families and they have started to rule. So don't you see the appearance of Karna? Doesn't it look mighty? There is a mystery. So Duryodhana is telling there is some story behind Karna. So it's not good to assume wrong about Karna. And he's also telling that, do you say that he shouldn't rule Anga, the place Anga? No, absolutely. Duryodhana is telling you're wrong. If it is given a chance, I would tell Karna to rule the whole world. So Duryodhana is telling these words. See what happens now. In generous wrath, wrath stands for anger, Duryodhana took Karna in his chariot and drove away. Now Duryodhana has become angry. What he does, he takes Karna in his chariot and goes. The sun set, the crowd dispersed in tumult. Tumult means confusion. The crowd is also confused about what is happening. There were loud and talk under the light of lamps, some glorifying Arjuna, others Karna, and others again Duryodhana according to their predilection. So everybody, people who all were gathered, they started talking. This one group praised about Arjuna, the other about Karna, and other about Duryodhana. Indra foresaw that a supreme contest was inevitable between his son Arjuna and Karna, and he put on the garb of a Brahman and came to Karna. So what? Indra is a god. Remember? When they come to the battlefield, Indra and the other god comes, right? So what he does, Indra will take a form of Brahman and comes to Karna, who was reputed for his charity, and begged of him his earrings and armor. So what he'll do? He'll come and ask Karna to give away the earrings. And I'll finish up here now. So the god takes the form of a Brahman and he comes to Karna and tells you give away your earrings. And as earrings and armor, that is whatever weapons he has. Because Karna was well known for his charity, helping others. The sun god had already warned Karna in his dream that Indra would try to deceive him in this manner. So who is sun god now? We'll get to know who is sun god. But in Karna's dream, the sun god came and told Karna that Indra will somehow try to take away everything from you. Still Karna could not bring himself to refuse any gift that was asked of him. As Karna is having the helping nature, he couldn't tell no to Indra. he removes the earrings and he also takes off the armor and gives it to Indra. Understood? Yes.